going to show you exactly how I created the file that I sent to you. Pop out some of these panels. I'll need the layers panel and the style panel. And I'll need the fill and stroke panel. Okay, that should be enough for now. The first thing was to separate, what I wanted to do was separate the cut lines so that I could add like a thick stroke onto the one for the Cleveland Brown, since that's the one you were having problems with. So the way I did that is I came over to the layers panel and I selected just the cut line, and I went to edit, copy, edit, paste in place, so they would make a copy in the exact same location as this one. Then I basically hid this version, selected this cut line, and then gave it a stroke color so that I could see it. So I turned it to black so now I can see it. And then to break it apart, I just use Object, Break Apart. Now when you break it apart, every single little piece, as you can see, is now its own shape, and that can be risky because you don't want them to move. So I'm going to come up here then and select all of the shapes that are the helmet and go to Object, Merge. Then I'll do the same for the Cleveland Brown. Select all of those and go to Object, Merge. Now then, over here on the Layers panel, if I open up this folder, you'll see I have these two new merge layers. So I'm going to rename them. I'm going to double click so that I can rename this one Helmet. Of course, you don't have to do this, but I do it just to make sure that I can keep things straight, that I know what is what. Then I double click this one and I'm going to rename it Letters. Okay. The helmet layer, right now when I select it, it's still set to print plus cut, cut only, which is great. That means it won't print this black line that I've added. It will only cut that shape out. But for the Cleveland Browns, this is the one that I want to give it a thick stroke so that there's what's called like a print bleed. So I need to change it from print plus cut, cut only to just cut, because if you have a layer set to cut, it will not only cut, but it will also print. So I'm going to change it to cut. Now then, I want to give it, when I come over and turn on the print layer, let me turn it on here. Okay, I want to give that stroke this same color brown, because right now it's set to black and I want it to be brown. So I need to capture this color. And unfortunately, Create doesn't have an easy way of capturing that color from a raster image. Now, if this was typed out lettering and it was this color, then it's easy to get that color. But when it's a raster image, a PNG file, it's harder. But I'll show you a little trick on how to do that. So I'm going to select just this print layer and I go to the trace window, this icon up here, go to trace, change this from monochrome to single color, then double click this and you'll see that color show up, but I want it to be brown. So I just move my mouse down here until I get the brown. Watch this change color when I put it over the C, right there. Okay, then I left click once and now then this turns brown, and then I just click on OK. And what it does is it's going to basically trace everything that's brown that's in that file. So with that new layer, this trace selected, I can go to either one of these boxes. I'll go to the stroke, it doesn't matter. And then I click on Add to Custom Colors. And now then that color is available to me. Now then I don't need this anymore. I can delete this layer. Then I come to the letters. I come over to this color, the stroke color, and I select this brown. Then I make the width thicker. And then that's what gives you that extra brown that's going to print when you send this to print, right? You've got more brown there. But it doesn't make it thicker when you cut it because the cut line is inside this. So if I zoom in really tight here, let me move these out of the way. And then let's go back to select mode. Now then you can see the green is the cut line, and you can see how much extra brown is going to be printed outside of that cut line, which gives you that room for error. And I think that's it. Let me think for a second. Was there anything else that I did? I think that's it. Well, what I did is oh, this is important too. This cut layer, you no longer want this cut layer to cut because you have two new cut layers. So you can just delete that one. And then you've got your print. And what I did is I took each one of these and I dragged them down into this folder so that now then I just have one folder here that has the print layer and then the letters that will cut layer and then the helmet cut layer that was there originally. So I think that's it.